It's just like,
And we're live from the Brojo.
And Kien's still gay.
We just started
Oh, okay.
for another episode of Tab Game.
how can he be gay though? He's dating Kien.
I'm
I'm bringing it back.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Season 1 callback, bitch.
It only took 15 seconds for a season 1 callback.
What's it been, like 3 weeks?
live.
I mean, on this show.
We're live.
This one.
We're live from the Brojo.
Across the street for attention, jaywalk for death.
Yep. I'm Kien.
What? Oh, okay.
And I'm here with... He said something already, so... like
Pressing suicide jokes.
Oh, was that your intro?
Call it back, bitch.
I guess. I'm Eli.
I'm John Dean.
Okay.
God damn it. I'm Zac.
Alright, and
Wasn't Gil doing aggressive stuff? Wasn't that his...
he was just making fun of me. I thought that was the
No.
season 2 thing.
Yeah, but he said callback, though.
Yeah, he said, if you say callback, I guess you can bring
Gross.
back what you were saying.
Bring back anything.
Yeah, because Eli just brought up callbacks as a thing, so...
The Matrix is a fantastic movie. Call back.
I
So-
don't think that ever happened.
Let's all just take a thing. What have you guys all been playing lately?
The game of life.
Not
It's
that.
winning.
Knock that off.
We all just played Street Fighter.
Yes.
How did you like Street Fighter, Zach?
It was alright.
Okay.
I mean, I can spam the fuck out of it. So.
Mhm.
I feel like that tournament would have been a lot better if we hadn't included the only guy that knew how to play.
I feel like it would have been better if we played Street Fighter 2.
Yeah,
That's
and
true.
I can actually probably get a copy of Street Fighter 2. And we can play it. Fair enough, because there's only like 10 characters?
Yeah, and I know how to play them all.
Good.
So.
You didn't know Cammy had
It's not all the same stuff.
Is it not?
No, it's definitely not.
Oh, that's weird, because
I feel like this is getting more unfair by the second.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm kidding. We should play.
I
we
still
should do
stick
something
to,
other
like,
than just fighting games.
First-person shooters, I'll play
We could do
those.
that.
Play
Yeah.
some Hunger Games.
Hunger Games?
Halo Hunger Games?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, I think you meant
Yeah.
like a legit Hunger Games video.
No, it's
game.
something me, Jay, and
They
Ryan
could
played
probably
it.
do
Josh
that.
Played it.
I mean, I
Just
don't
get a
think
bunch
that-
of kids,
Oh.
start killing them off.
It's a video game.
Sit out here on the
Video
balcony and
game,
be like,
bro.
the first one has been slain. Fire the cannon.
I mean, if we want to do a real life Hunger Games
Become a
between the
three-lord.
6 of us, I'm pretty down.
No, I would die
Feel like
immediately.
me, Kien, or Zach will live the longest.
Why is that?
You're diabetic.
I can bring insulin.
And
No,
I feel
you
like
can't.
Kien will just kill himself.
What about
can't-
Gil?
No, you have to fight for your insulin in
Yeah.
the cornucopia.
All right, fine.
You have to have District 1 and 2.
I've
be
gone-
like,
Weeks without it.
Gotta have people airdrop you insulin.
yeah.
I've gone weeks without it.
I feel like one of
So-
us will get it and be like, what the fuck? What am I gonna do with this? Kill other people, I guess.
I mean, that's
Make
what
a dart
Kien
gun.
was freaking out about.
I'm making
Callback.
dart guns
All
and
right,
shoot
fine.
people with insulin.
Hunger Games, but we each get to bring one thing that we own.
Okay.
I mean, we can probably still outlast you. Just
You
based
think
off
so?
Insulin, yeah.
Because I'm bringing a gun.
Well, yeah, I mean,
So,
that's what I was gonna bring.
It's
I-
alright.
you-
Alright.
we team up.
Actually, I'll just probably bring one of those like dead man trigger switches. Just be like, hey, shoot me, I'll kill us all. Don't do it.
I mean, we're not playing inside, so
Sure. That would be the entire game. Just, are you gonna do it?
So what have you guys all been playing lately? I played Doki Doki Literature Club because John D said it was a good game last week.
it is a really good game.
It is a really...
It's literally the most meta thing to come to video games in
It's-
2007, period.
I'll start playing it tonight.
It's really insane.
You don't give any of it away. This
I
game,
won't.
This game is literally like best played blind as fuck.
Yeah, it's... Oh, man.
Well, we
it's-
can all see.
Yeah.
Not well.
I've got
But we
glasses
can all
to
see.
fix that problem.
It's alright.
Guess I'll take them off.
It's
Good idea.
it was a game that I recommend to anyone who doesn't like dating sims but likes irony of the dating sims at the
I recommend it to anybody who's not easily triggered, and that's where we should leave it.
Oh, why'd you ever recommend that to me?
Fine, don't play it then.
Most easily triggered person I know.
Yeah, sure, I bet. You're a white male.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so easily triggered. I have to
that's true.
defend other people's
That's
honor.
true. Dang it, I forgot about that.
Check your privilege, bro.
So,
Sorry.
Gil, have you been playing anything lately?
Like I said, the game of life, and it is a bitch.
Yeah. I also beat Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, technically drop mix.
What's that?
Drop mix.
What's that about?
It's essentially a board game made by Harmonix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it comes with the board. No batteries included, so that's a swell time.
Oh yeah, that is pretty fun.
Technically 4 decks of cards, which is 15 cards to a deck, and they're basically different colors. You just put a card on the table, and it makes a song.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
there are different modes that you have to download an app to actually be able to play it. But there are different modes for it, and you can just make songs or you can play against people.
Yeah.
That's
Time
really
and a half.
That's
It is
actually really cool.
really fun, actually.
Awesome. Yeah. What have you been up to, Eli? Play
Not
anything?
a whole hell of a lot.
Play anything fun?
Nope, I haven't had time since I started college.
How was college?
And my electricity went out.
Yeah.
You're a college boy.
Yeah,
How does
What
that feel?
pretty shitty because my electricity went out and they're all online.
What have you been playing, John?
Kind of been playing some stuff off and on. I've been playing Dark Souls 3 again. I had to start a new character though because I watched a guy talk about one of the later bosses from the DLC, Dark Eater Midir, which is like a really big fucking dragon, and how like it's not a good boss at all. And so I remember it being a good boss, but he had a lot of good points, so I'm playing through the game again so that I can get to that boss and try and play it from that guy's perspective.
Why did he say it wasn't a...
Well, it's just Midir doesn't have. It's such a big dragon. It doesn't have like a lot of combos or anything like that, or like a diversity in its move pool or anything. And then its second phase, unlock a lot of like most of the DLC bosses where it's like a big drastic change to their playstyle. He really just gets like one extra AoE attack, which I do remember that being an issue. I do remember that specifically, and I don't know. I've only played Midir the one time when I played through the DLC the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going through it again to see if, from a second point, I agree or not. Then I've been playing a little bit of Super Star Wars. So, fucking...
What's that about?
It's like an old fucking... I'm playing it on PS3, but it's like, I can't... It's an older, like, fucking 16-bit or 32-bit or something like that Star Wars game. And it's fucking hard as shit. Like...
Star Wars Contra?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, this is harder than Contra.
Oh.
I mean, like, other than, like, Contra 3. Because, like, Contra 3 is fucking stupid. But, like, Contra 1, I can pretty much get through most of that by myself. But, like, Contra 3 is just fucking retarded. But this is fucking retarded, too. And then, there's something else I'm playing, but I can't remember it right now.
Street Fighter.
No. I mean, yeah, we played that today, but I started playing something on Monday, and I haven't picked it up since then. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, fuck it, doesn't matter.
Have you been playing anything there, Zach?
Besides Street Fighter? No.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna...
Oh yeah, Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah, I was...
That's what I was playing.
Yeah, tell us what you like about Fire Emblem Warriors again.
Oh yeah, the like ally AI is kind of like retarded. You can like they'll attack like the little peon dudes because it's basically like fucking Dynasty Warriors, except for it's definitely better than that. Because there's more like diversity to like some of the enemies you fight. Because you'll fight like instead of in Dynasty Warriors where it's like you get fucking little peon dudes in groups of like 200 that don't do anything, and then you get like one boss guy, and then like later on you'll fight somewhat harder boss guys, but all the peons will still be fucking like groups of 200 dudes that don't do anything. Whereas at least in like some of the newer Warriors titles, like the peons will have levels of difficulty and shit too. Granted, they're still basically cannon fodder. But I'm enjoying the story a little bit so far, at least. Like, that's something about Dynasty Warriors 2, is the story's usually pretty garbage. But I am kind of getting tired of seeing this, like...
Fan service?
No, not fan service. Because there really isn't that much of it in this. Other than, like, a few of the fucking Fire Emblem characters are fan servicey already. But that's just... If they're transferred into another game, they're still going to be fan servicey. But I'm getting tired of, like, this Warriors formula in general. Just, like, slapping a different skin on it every now and then.
Slash, special attack, take out a horde of enemies.
Yeah.
And
I mean, like, at least with, like, Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors, like, they have, like, a decent enough storyline. But I just don't feel like the gameplay is really enough to carry it to, like, good top marks, in my opinion.
Okay. No, that's actually very understandable. So, we're gonna go into the trailers, and the first trailer we have is Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition.
Game of the Year edition.
It's basically a Game of the Year edition, but at least it looks like what they did, other than like a standard Game of the Year edition for a video game, is like they added some stuff that wasn't in the game or any of the DLCs beforehand already.
Yeah, and I think we already have Final Fantasy 15, but it looks really nice what they have and what they added in.
But it looks like it's just a few optional bosses, which is fine, because boss fights are actually decently fun in Final Fantasy 15.
And
They're not
Gil gets
like
to fish.
great, but you could fish before. It literally hasn't
I
changed.
don't think you could fish before.
I feel like
Wasn't
that's,
one of the 4 main skills.
that's like a fucking a day 762 patch.
You also get hats, Gil.
You do get hats.
You do get hats.
That is all anyone could ever want.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Then we go to Nintendo Labo, and this looks actually super interesting. To me, personally. Like, I'm not going to get it because, like, it doesn't look fun to me because I'm an adult.
Well, you don't have a Switch either.
Yeah.
It looks like
There's-
it just pissed me off when I couldn't, like, do the fucking, like, folding this cardboard piece of shit into the shape I want.
I reviewed over, like, the instruction booklet for, like, building the stuff, because they have all this stuff online, and, like, the packets for what they are, and you can pre-order them and stuff like that. And it really doesn't look that complicated. Like, all of the cardboard pieces are, like, they're set images of what it is, and they got dotted, like, cut out here thing, and then you pull it out, and there's literally, like, fold here markers on all of the cardboard where it's all creased up so that it's for easy folding and shit.
Eli doesn't look convinced.
I don't know. Like, I'd still probably fuck up folding it.
I mean, yeah, you
Piss me
probably
off.
could, but you can
I'll find a way.
But you can
Find a
reorder the
way.
cardboard stuff for pretty cheap if you fuck it up.
I would fucking hope so. It's cardboard.
Well, there's a lot
Probably
of
just make it myself for pretty cheap.
there's a lot of backlash going on about Nintendo trying to sell kids like $80 cardboard, and it is coming out at like $69.99, and then there's a premium like extra pack that comes with the robot thing that you saw, and that's like $89.99, but it's with the game too.
It comes with the software.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
comes with all of the stuff. The
Yeah.
game, it's not like the fucking $69.99 price tag is just the sheets of cardboard and some
No.
rubber bands and plastic pieces and shit.
Oh, I thought that's what it is, because that's what the internet keeps telling me.
But no, you literally get, the game comes with like, it's like 5 or 6 different sets of the cardboard stuff. So that's 5 or 6 different games based on this cardboard thing that you build or whatever. It's definitely targeted more towards like kids and shit like that.
Right.
Oh no, that robot
So-
looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean,
That robot does look pretty cool.
it
I feel like the piano one would be the one that pissed me off.
it looks like something that I would love to try, But personally, I don't want to have these cardboard creations sitting around in my room
That's the other thing.
somewhere.
Yeah, they're gonna take up space.
Yeah, and a lot of it too. And that's probably just one of the reasons why I won't really bother with it, but it's not really
Aimed for you.
Yeah, I'm not in the target demographic for this product anyways. So.
Do you think Sam and Chris will get it?
More than likely not. Maybe down the line somewhere. There's a couple of ones in there that are like really cool when you look at how they work and such. The robot one, it actually uses the IR camera that's in the Switch Joy-Con, because you put it in on the top, and then the IR camera can sense where those little plastic pieces are as they move up and down on that string.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it knows what you're doing with your hands. And then the other Joy-Con goes up into the goggles that are attached to your head, and then that's how the Joy-Con knows what your head's doing. And it's the same. It's kind of so they're really using like all of this extra stuff that they put in the Joy-Cons that they were talking about before the Switch came out. And then you can see there's one. It's like a little cardboard fucking bug thing that like walks around or whatever, and you control it with the Switch itself. And it's using the
Joy-Cons.
Yeah, it's using the advanced vibration in the Joy-Cons to actually move it around pretty accurately.
That's actually super interesting, though. I think this is an interesting venture for Nintendo, and I like what they're doing here.
It's really cool to see them going back to like some of how the Wii was like reinventing the way that we kind of play games, but using a technology that's actually good to do it. So, I don't know. It's not really something I'm interested in, but I'm really glad that it exists.
I think the one thing my favorite thing is they brought back an old Simpsons episode for a meme is the UPS guys fighting fucking Bart and Lisa in their Boxtopia armor, and it's like, when the Nintendo Joy-Con comes out, there will be more. So then we jump into Harry Potter's Hogwarts Mystery, and
I was in the trailer.
That's racist.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about this.
I also.
It's basically a freemium Harry Potter game.
You can go to Hogwarts now, guys.
Fuck that.
I mean, I'm not really that big of a fan of Harry Potter to begin with.
I fucking hate Harry Potter.
Why do you hate Harry Potter, Eli?
The only good part about Harry Potter was when I learned that Daniel Radcliffe was just drunk most of the time. It's the only thing I like.
What?
For like the later movies, yeah.
You're just
Is
drinking
he
all
Yeah,
the entire time.
alcohol problem.
Holy shit.
Oh. Harry Potter was an alcoholic, okay.
Nice.
I don't blame him. It's a shitty universe.
Why do you hate what's so bad about the Harry Potter universe?
Fucking everything.
He was
it's just not
kept
that
in a
interesting.
cupboard.
Okay, besides that, like,
It's just
he
like,
nearly
yeah,
died
magic can do
every
everything,
movie.
but also for some reason can't fix all the problems. You can
Well-
fucking kill people, but no one does that.
What I always hated about it was like...
love is strong enough to block the killing, and you got fucking snakes that are kryptonite. It's stupid.
What I always kind of
So
hated
dumb.
about it was that it was a universe where like magic was infinitely powerful, and yet they still form a government around it. I'm like, motherfuckers, no way. If anybody had like the magical prowess to do fucking anything,
Why doesn't Voldemort just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and kill all these bitches?
yeah, exactly. Like, oh look, this Ministry of Magic, zap, 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 zap,
Yeah,
zap.
exactly.
And
It's like,
suddenly
well, I
I'm in charge.
can't kill Harry Potter, but I can kill everyone around him.
Yeah.
He tried and he still failed though. So you're mad that like
do
Harry
you
Potter,
mean?
like
I don't.
he got imprisoned.
Well, that's another reason it's dumb. He, like, goes to this bitch's house, kills her well, not really by accident, like, she jumps in the fucking way, and then still can't kill a baby.
Yeah, like he's
He's
like,
just
damn,
fucking laying
I could
there.
only kill him with magic. It's not like I could just throw him
Strangle
down
him.
some stairs.
We're talking, hey Max, we're talking about Harry Potter
Bash
and
him
why he
against the
hates Harry
wall.
Potter.
The mountain could do it in Game of Thrones. Why can't Voldemort kill a fucking baby?
We literally do it to lame pigs. You just pick them up by their back feet, hit them against the wall really hard. Alright.
Yeah.
Now that we're gonna get angry messages from PETA.
Wow. You're
nice to
discriminating
know they
against lame pigs. Are rad pigs really that good?
It's actually a really fast way to die. It's
What-
pretty humane.
Do those rad pigs shred good
It
enough?
just doesn't look very humane.
It just doesn't seem like
It really, yeah, it
you're
doesn't.
bashing them against a wall.
It honestly doesn't feel very humane either. It's like literally.
Sometimes they don't die on the first one. You just gotta
No,
go in.
You never pussy it. You always make sure they die on the first one.
It's like
Are you excited for the new
half-assed.
Harry Potter mobile game, Max?
No.
You don't want
No
to.
one is.
You don't want to be
No.
part of Hogwarts?
No.
That's the other thing. That's a dumb name too.
Hogwarts?
Hogwarts.
Yeah, that sounds gross.
Yeah. I also like how if you get put into Slytherin, you're just instantly a fucking bad guy.
That's the thing that
that's
pisses me off because I took the
That's
test
like-
and my Patronus is a Welsh Corgi and I'm a fucking Slytherin. I'm like, this is a very contradicting thing.
Means you're an evil person. Better start bullying people right away.
I can't
I mean, you
remember what
kind of do.
my
You threaten Zach all the time.
Yeah.
I can't remember what my Patronus was, but I was a Ravenclaw.
So you're the intelligence. Max is a Hufflepuff.
I never
Yeah.
took that. Because
Max
I'm
is
not
the
a
most
fight.
Hufflepuff ever though because his Patronus is a fucking otter. And it really gets me because I'm like, that's definitely a Hufflepuff.
I think mine
Patronus.
was an otter too.
Really?
Is a Patronus just a fucking spirit animal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of,
Mine's
yeah.
Ted Nugent, so I don't know what you want.
Expecto Patronus! Libtards are trying to take our guns!
Did you ever take the Harry Potter test?
No.
Did you, Gil?
No.
Patronus just shoots people.
Yeah.
Truly, yours is the
I can
best.
only imagine though.
Pretty
I-
sure my Patronus is like an M16 or something.
I'm pretty positive Eli would be part of Gryffindor.
Why?
Why?
I feel like Eli would end up being part of Gryffindor
I feel
because
like I wouldn't.
he doesn't seem like a Ravenclaw or a Hufflepuff or a
I don't
Slytherin.
know what that means.
He seems very much like a Slytherin.
No, because Eli isn't like.
He wants to kill people.
No,
What
my,
are you
my
talking about?
Patronus wants to kill people, alright? I don't control Ted Nugent.
Ted
He
Nugent
just
controls
guns
you.
Yeah, he just guns people down.
So and like you, Max, and Zach are definitely Hufflepuffs.
Yeah.
Guns don't kill people.
Ted
My
Nugent
Patronus
kills
kills people.
Oh, I'm just really. Yeah, picture you guys are Hufflepuffs. You guys are just the.
So
I
what
feel
the
like
fuck
you're
does that
a piece
mean?
of
I don't know
garbage.
anything about Hufflepuff.
So Hufflepuffs
or
are like the
Ravenclaw.
derp, or is like the derp class.
No,
Like the
we're
derp-
not.
So they're like
derp
happy-go-lucky
Yeah.
fucking...
Yeah, they're happy-go-lucky derps.
Oh,
Like-
well, I fucking hate every one of them.
They're supposed to be like the We Have Heart class.
That's
We're also
gay.
closest to
stuff
the
like that.
lunchroom.
Yes!
You're fat.
Fuck you guys, I get the slop first.
Yeah,
And
because
then
everybody leaves this room at
Ravenclaw
the same
is
time, so we're
the
first there.
intelligent
Yes.
ones.
The
They're
logic.
the
side
logic
of shit.
ones. Slytherins are like the.
Deceptive. Evil.
They're
Bad.
not
No,
technically,
they're
not
not
inherently
evil.
evil.
All right, that's my
They're pretty
biggest.
much... It's like getting inducted into a gang. It's just like, yep, now you're a blood.
No.
You gotta beat the shit out of you
Here's-
first.
Puts the sorting hat on someone. Slytherin pulls out a tattoo gun.
Here's your bandana.
That's my
Gold
problem.
chains.
That-
Only
I
wear
think
it
that's
on the
my
left side or you're
problem.
gonna get fucking shot.
I think that's
Make
my
sure you don't
problem.
wear a fucking blue one.
Do you remember, like, I don't, you watched Harry Potter, the last Harry Potter movie, right? And does anyone else besides? Okay, so you watched the last Harry Potter movie. McGonagall straight up goes while they're in the fucking Hogwarts. They're like, all right, and put all the Slytherins in the dungeon. There's probably like one dude like, man, I don't want to be part of this fucking shit
I just
anyways.
came to this school. I don't even have time to be.
Yeah,
I don't know any magic.
They just threw me in here.
and that's the game. They're just like, if you're Slytherin, you just end up in the dungeon and it's
I
game
guess
over.
that's just another.
Sorry, I
Dope.
found something for John.
I guess that's just another thing that I don't like about the writing for the movies and the. I don't know. I've never read the books, but
And
is that
Slytherin is evil?
They always do just write the Slytherins as bad guys.
Slytherin, yeah, then that's the thing. Like, I don't know, Draco Malfoy's a douche, but like, I'm pretty positive there are some like good Slytherins out there that's like, I don't want to be a Death Eater.
Yeah, but they're all fucking gay.
And they get put in Hufflepuff.
No, they just get made the leader of the school.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Dolores. Oh yeah, she was a Slytherin, wasn't she?
Mm.
That fucking bitch.
So was fucking Harry Potter's kid.
Yeah.
You didn't want to be
Oh, Harry Potter was supposed
So
to be
Griffin-
one too,
so
though.
what do they actually represent though?
House of the Brave is Gryffindor, so they're like fucking I don't know,
Courageous.
courageous.
They're the good guys by default because they have courage.
And then, I don't know what fucking Slytherin is actually.
House of the
supposed to-
Cunning.
Oh yeah.
Gryffindor is House of the Brave. Slytherin is House of the Cunning. Hufflepuff is House of what is
House of whatever.
House of the
Kevin
Derp.
Spacey's.
And then
I think it's
Spacey's
House of the
house.
Heart, isn't it?
House of the Heart. Yeah, is
I
it?
don't
Something like
know.
that.
Sounds like something.
And then Ravenclaw is House of Logic.
House
No.
of the Brain.
Yeah,
I
something
don't know.
like
That's
that.
probably not right.
They're just
They
oh,
only
they-
covered 4 things.
No, they just pick an
Give me the
internal
toy.
organ, and that's
So they've
what-
got
Yeah,
they've got
4 fucking.
intelligence, a different type of intelligence, fucking gay kids, and then just good guys.
Well, if you
There's
think
like,
about
this
it-
is the only desirable trait. We'll just throw everyone in there.
If you really think about it, like cunning, like Slytherin's basically just like a combination of Gryffindor and Ravenclaw.
They are.
They're like cunning, so they're brave yet smart.
Yeah.
I mean, all right.
So Hufflepuffs are the only one who
I
win.
feel like cunning is more
'Cause
like
we're
street
next to the
smart, and
lunchroom.
Yeah, I
Ravenclaw is
guess.
like book smart.
Yeah,
That's just my interpretation.
We get the best
of
That
shit.
could make sense, I guess.
I don't know shit.
Then we go into Seven Deadly Sins, Knights of Britannia, and
you
I
can
was-
play as the pig.
You can play as a
You
pig.
can play as the pig, and he
And
gets a hat.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not really into this because again, it's
I
another
already watched
fucking.
it.
But John,
It's another fucking Warriors
John.
in the game.
it's pig and a hat
And
and a hat.
We've seen enough shit.
Jill's
in-
coming
Pig in a
dance
hat.
right
In
now.
an hat.
That'd be cool. I'd play
In
that.
an
Pig and a
hat.
hat.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool, yeah.
Better
Just be a
than
Gamora.
BB-8.
I mean, you
An
do
hat.
get to be a giant, so you're halfway there.
He wasn't on an AT-AT though, was he?
Wasn't he in a fucking ad?
No, that
No.
wasn't an AT-AT. That was.
Oh, you're right. The AT-ATs are fucking big
The
gorilla
camel
dogs.
dogs,
Yeah.
Yeah, gorilla
The
dog.
Harambe's.
Yeah.
I'll cut you.
That's
That name
ATS, I
is
think-
not allowed to be spoken.
What,
ATST, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Something like that.
The little
So
fucking walker.
with this in mind, it's just one of those weird
At least we
things.
didn't have to see his lighter thumbs up this time.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit was cancer.
I want to say one thing though. It's weird that they finally managed to hit a target, but it was the size of a door.
What the fucking who?
The bad guys.
They destroyed
Oh,
the
storm-
ATST he was
yeah.
in. I mean, they hit R2 in the trench,
That's true.
Yeah.
but he's a robot. so
Didn't
it
they
doesn't
hit
matter.
Han too?
No, Ben.
He shot first, man. I don't know. What you're doing.
No, I mean like way back in fucking episode 6. I could have sworn he got shot in the hand.
No, that was
Oh
Leia.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does, I think.
Leia got shot in the arm too. in
Or
episode
yeah,
6.
maybe she. Yeah,
It might have
that's
been
what I'm
her, yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
That's what
Leia
I'm
got
She's
shot.
all like, and he's all like,
I still like the Family Guy episode 6
Yeah.
where Leia's on the speeder and she's like, you know what? I think I'm finally over my home planet being destroyed. A piece of bottle around falls and just hits her and she just falls backwards. And then
I just want to say something. We shouldn't fucking talk about Family Guy. I really hate that show.
okay.
Really?
It is pretty.
Seems right up your alley.
They literally take writers into the local comedy club so that they can write down jokes and use them for the show.
Really?
Yeah.
God damn.
There's like a big. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I think it's either like the Comedy House or literally called the Comedy Club, but it's a really famous comedy joint where a lot of comics get their start. Family Guy, like dudes, literally bring their writers into this place to steal people's jokes.
Have they done that since the beginning?
For
Pretty
a
much, yeah.
while, yeah.
Like it, learning that's really made me like hate fucking Seth MacFarlane or whatever his name is.
Well,
Yeah,
he's got
he's
a lot
got
of shit he does. He's not fucking in charge of that anymore.
Yeah,
he just does the voices.
Well, he's the one that started doing it,
Well, yeah.
so really pisses me off because
Hope that doesn't
Pisses
get
me
into
off
it
because it's like,
for
man,
the Orville.
I could have done that.
right, like I could have just stole people's jokes. It ain't that hard.
Yeah.
All right, new
It's
podcast.
actually-
Kien, write out some
Yeah.
jokes for us.
So the Tomb Raider trailer, the new one just came
It's
out.
basically the same trailer as the first
But
one.
it
not
has
missing
Destiny
anything.
Child.
No one gives a fuck about
This
that.
is the Tomb Raider movie.
Yes, the Tomb
For
Raider
anybody
movie
that
came out.
Doesn't fucking know.
You did not specify that.
Sorry,
you
the Tomb Raider
garbage.
movie came out, trailer movie came out, and it is basically the same trailer, but now you have Destiny's Child being played,
something no one wants to hear.
and they're
I
trying.
like Destiny's Child.
They tried to make it dark
In
and
the
edgy.
trailer,
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, well, for me, this trailer is like trying to be like. I'm gonna stop it.
There goes the monetization we don't have.
Yay!
Right.
We'll be fine.
But no,
You'll
like
just edit that
this
out.
this trailer is weird to me because it's
No,
like
you
it's
won't.
trying to be the it's trying to like be like, look, you remember how much you like the reboot of Tomb Raider? We're just gonna do that, but she won't get piped and impaled and shit.
Well,
Damn it!
You don't
my
know that
favorite
yet.
part.
that was my favorite part.
I was gonna say,
You
I
don't
said it
know that
earlier. They're
yet.
just trying to make it look like the game.
Well,
but
I
it's
don't
gonna
think-
be bad because
I don't think it'll be exactly
Everybody wants
like
all
the
the
game.
death.
I mean, they'll probably use points from the game, but you can tell already by like,
they start on a ship.
yeah, like how well they did start in a ship in the game.
Exactly.
Fuck
Okay,
up.
Well, it's
it'll
not
be-
starting. It's not starting on a ship. She comes back from somewhere, only to
Her
discover her dad's
adventure
dead.
starts on a
Anyway,
I don't give
like
a
you
fuck.
can literally already kind of tell by like how much she's interacting with the bad guy in this one that it's going to be at least a little bit different from the game, because there really isn't like a when she's on the island in the first game, there really isn't like a big like person boss guy that's in charge of all of these people that she ever really interacts with. Like there is one, and then there's like a dude that is a bad guy that she interacts with quite a bit, but he starts out as like on your side and then kind of just betrays you later on. But
What the
like
hell? You ruined the game.
That's
it's
the way to do
fucking
it.
like 7-8 years old.
I was gonna play
say,
that
It's been out
maybe.
for a long time.
It's literally been free. The definitive remastered
sure that-
edition was free on Xbox Live like 2.5 years ago.
Max, it's older than your kid.
Yay!
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna maybe play that someday.
Well, fucking play it anyways.
You can borrow it.
It's
from
really
me.
not. It's,
We've been over this. The
who
only
played-
Tomb Raider I'll ever play is
Temple of Osiris.
Temple of Osiris.
Wait, who plays a video game for the story anymore?
Not me.
Exactly.
I mean, I do.
Except for
I
the-
do. Like
play-
I like the story in some video games. I find that interesting.
I mean, in the general mass.
I play a
No
video
one.
game for
The
all
general
of the
mass.
aspects.
The general mass, probably not.
so
That's
General
kernel mass
Mass
to you.
Effect.
we're
Sergeant
fuck up.
Gentleman Colonel.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Sergeant Velocity.
Sergeant Velocity.
Sergeant Velocity.
So before we go into legit video game news, there's another video game story that revolves around television. Castlevania is coming back for 8 episodes in
Yas, bitch.
summer of 2018.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited because this has actually been like a really good adaptation of a video game series because it takes the idea of said video game and it didn't do the exact same thing as said video game.
I mean, they're pretty much just doing the storyline from Symphony of the Night, which is fine. That's fine.
as long as they don't do everything in Symphony of the
Well,
Night.
I wouldn't even at this point. Like, I wouldn't even care about that. Like, as long as it's interesting enough to hold my attention and still be good, then fuck it. Let them fucking do Symphony of the Night. Let them fucking do Castlevania 2 for all I care.
I thought you said you wouldn't want that though the last
I
time we
mean,
talked about
honestly,
this.
I wouldn't. But with all of the fucking shit that we've seen adapted over to something else, and how absolutely fucking trash it's been lately,
The Resident Evil series.
I'll
John doesn't
literally
care.
fucking take it.
John doesn't care.
You didn't like the Assassin's Creed movie?
We
thought
already
it was
talked
okay.
about
Did
this.
you like the Assassin's Creed movie?
Yeah, I
Thought it
remember
was okay.
we both kind of
Yeah.
said that it was like it wasn't really that interesting, but it was fine, the way
yeah.
it was.
And Eli thinks it's okay.
I
as
thought
he
it was
stated.
okay. Yeah,
It wasn't like expressively great. It
I've-
wasn't.
I just
I've
like
seen
the-
worse movies.
I didn't
it
like
was
the
just
P.
a little on the boring side.
I did not like the pea color yellow of Spain. That's pretty much my biggest complaint. But
I mean,
the yellow pea color yellow sky of Spain. I was
Spain's
I mean, I didn't
practically-
like how it was just constantly smoky.
like, yeah.
I mean,
But,
Spain's like covered in pee all the time, anyways.
Yeah.
So
So actually, the first story that's really legit is actually very weird because it's about Quantic Dream, the French company who did Heavy Rain, The Evil Within. No, not The Evil.
Beyond Two Souls.
Beyond Two Souls.
It's right there.
Yeah, sorry, Beyond Two Souls, and the new game that makes John freaked out, Detroit Being Human.
He's
'cause
going
it's
off
about-
script. Shut it down.
it's about androids taking over, and
It really
rebelling.
doesn't freak me out because it's just a video game. It's like,
Those aren't even stripper robots. He's
Yeah.
not scared.
It's real robots that fuck up my head. And that's because I'm not afraid of robots because they're robots.
He's afraid of strippers.
I'm afraid of-
when they're robots.
Yeah, I like regular strippers.
I
I don't.
regular strippers and regular
It's a
robots.
very
but
common-
you
not
put them
together.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing. Robots don't freak me out. Robots that people are making into people freak me out.
And you mean
Because
robots that can think
Strippers
independently?
aren't people.
People are already unstable enough. Robot people are unstable and practically indestructible.
But this game should kind of freak you out because that could actually happen, though.
Yeah, it could, but this is just a video game, so the video game doesn't bother me.
But
Yeah,
John,
maybe it'll inspire some guy to be like, man, I want that to be reality.
And
probably
that's
will.
fucked up. But the game itself isn't fucked up.
But
It's
John-
just a video game.
just throw a glass of water at it.
It's just like Terminator. I love the Terminator series, but that's literally like the fucking future that we're headed to here. Just, powered by sex robots and strippers and not like assassin droids.
You don't know what those sex robots do on their off time.
So, Quantic Dream is getting a lot of backlash because the story says that they overwork their workers, and
There's a lot more to it than that, too.
it's like a very not safe environment, I guess. What was it?
It's a really hostile environment kind of thing. Nobody really knows what's going on except for the people that work there, so we're just kind of like listening to some of the people who have
experience.
The
well,
water cooler.
it's not just like experience, but it's like they have something to kind of come out of this to gain or whatever.
Right.
Not really like a crazy lot, but it's kind of like one of those, you can either like take their word for it or whatever, because there's no way we can really get any proof, but it's everything from like sexual harassment to like,
Homophobia.
yeah,
And like one of the quotes from the guy, apparently this is just a he says first off, for his part, Cage said he claims are ridiculous, absurd, and 83% are male. Apparently, for this part, Cage explains ridiculous, absurd, and grotesque. He added, "You want to talk about homophobia? I work with Ellen Page, who fights with LGBT rights. You want to talk about racism? I work with Jesse Williams, who fights for civil rights in the USA. Judge me by my work." He says it's absolutely false. None of
Are you
this
drunk?
happened. He's French, and they fucking translated the French, and it's broken English.
You can
Drunk
clearly
English.
read absolutely.
None
though.
of this happened at any evening event. So shut the fuck up. Man, felt long. I've been on vacation. I'm still like,
Oh, it's like my favorite thing. Oh god.
but like it's just it's for me when you look at it like this, it kind of sucks because like I don't know, I don't want to feel like game developers are like this, and I really don't want to be like, I don't want this to be a witch hunt like we've always talked about this kind of shit. But like if this shit is happening, that's
Going from actors to video game developers.
God
God
damn it. But no, that it is. We've had these conversations before. Like we had this with Lasseter and the fucking Pixar company that this shit happens. That's why Lasseter stepped down. Oh yeah, you weren't here when we were talking about this. So Lasseter stepped down because like he had.
This is
some-
irrelevant.
Right.
Well, technically.
It's not really.
Same subject, but different.
But you know what
medium.
I mean. You know what I mean. It's just kind of like, kind of sucks that these people have to come down, and like, I really like their games, but like if this shit happens, it's kind of like, for me, I know it shouldn't sully. It's like when an actor does something, their work shouldn't be
Yeah.
sullied,
But it is.
but it yet is still sullied. I think that's where I'm kind of trying to get from here. Like I don't want it to be sullied, but the more I think about it, I just
That's because they put a face to the name.
they do. And unfortunately, it's Quantic Games. So that's that Quantic Dreams. So that really, really sucks. So Gears of War creator Epic's game, popular stylized shooter building game, Fortnite, has passed a new player milestone, everybody. More than 40 million people have downloaded the game as of January, the studio told Rolling Stone. This is up 10 million from 30 million in December. Epic wouldn't provide any details on how the 40 million downloads are spread between the paid Save the World version and the free PUBG-like Battle Royale mode. Whatever the case, 40 million in a massive figure, the likes of which many games never come close to reaching. So what do you guys think about this? Like, I know you,
I like
the big proprietor of Fortnite, 40 million is their milestone. I still don't think that's as big as PUBG.
No, hell no, it's not.
But do you think that, okay, with this in mind, Max, Eli, and when John comes here, do you think PUBG will die out soon?
No. What about when I get back
Soon
here?
being like...
Fortnite just reached 40 million downloads, and I was going to ask with this, do you think it's going to lose stone?
I am
steam?
one of those downloads.
Good job.
But I didn't play it
I
yet.
am 2 of them.
I still haven't played it yet, though.
Got it on PC and Xbox.
Do you think these
Played it a
games...
little bit on PC.
Get it on
but
PS4
not on
and
Xbox.
Do you think the Battle Royale modes of these kind of games will die out, or do you still think that this will keep going?
I think it'll just kind of become more of like a common thing in some games.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like,
I'm kind of waiting for like Call of Duty or Battlefield to introduce it.
yeah, it'll probably happen eventually, honestly. Like, maybe not in World War II or Battlefield 1,
Well, I mean, obviously not.
yeah. But, like, in future iterations of those games,
Yeah.
it'll probably come. So, no, I really don't think so. I think I've actually heard talks of, like, Halo thinking about working on something like that.
Ooh.
Because, I mean, it'll probably not be till, like, Halo 6, but, like, Warzone is already almost kind of, like, set up for it.
Yeah.
On, like, a slightly smaller scale.
Well,
I don't
because
know.
they wanted to focus on the action, which is
Yeah.
not what these games are about.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, I don't think... I think, if anything...
Do you think a Battle Royale mode like this would help Halo? Like if Halo 5 was like, we made a Battle Royale patch.
Maybe if they kept it to, like, Warzone-sized
If
maps.
anything would help Halo at this point.
Yeah. But, I don't know, probably not really too much. I think one of the things that, like, Halo benefits above other shooters is kind of, like, how it generally, like, keeps you doing something throughout. And that's the same thing with, like, World War II. Is, I think, one of the only thing that's keeping most Call of Duty games kind of, like, competitive to the market is that it's more of, like, an arcade style. Whereas
Yeah.
Battlefield 1 is definitely, like, slightly more realistic combat kind of thing. And these, like Eli says, these, like, Battle Royale systems, most of your time is kind of spent either, like, scrounging for shit or, like, looking around for people
Bushes.
or driving
Oh,
around,
yeah, absolutely.
building shit, whatever you're doing. And then, like, you'll run into, like, one person and frantically fight them until somebody dies. And then it'll be back to, like, 5 minutes of walking around.
Or you're in a team of 4, and because one person isn't part of your team, you just kill them. Right, Max?
Do you tag?
I might do that.
Although what's really kind of fun is to try and sneak around with a frying pan.
I've
I've
seen
seen-
those kind of gameplays.
I've seen people do it better than I have, but I've been trying really hard to, like, jump into some team's car as they're getting into it. And I've seen other people do it successfully where they can, like, jump in while they're getting in and they don't notice them in there. So they kill them all with a frying
This
pan.
reminds me like it just sounds to me like what you could do in Halo, where you jump into the passenger and just like
Yeah.
beat the shit out of the driver and they can't do anything about it.
What?
If it starts raining, do you turn your trusty frying pan into a drying
Oh,
pan?
boy.
God damn it. Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
A number
Get
of
out of
former
my house.
MotorStorm and Driver Club developers have established a studio in Liverpool, England to work on a new science fiction themed game called Wushu Studios. The team is headed by Alan McDermott and Nigel
Mushu?
Wushu, and serving as
Wushu?
design
Wushu?
director, and
Szechuan chicken?
Stuart Trevor taking up the position of art director. The three have each worked for MotorStorm and Driver Club titles for Sony. So their goal is to, they say their goal is to expanding with the goal of moving away from the AAA grind to create a game with interesting mechanics, unique concepts, and to deliver fun, refreshing gameplay experience. As of yet, Wushu hasn't revealed its first game, but it has said it began prototyping the project September 2017 using Unreal Engine 4. It said the game will provide a tantalizing and unexpected take on the sci-fi genre.
So Mass Effect 4.
That sounds kind of cool, because most of my favorite things that came out in 2017 weren't AAA related, like related to AAA titles or anything like that.
Doki Doki Literature Club.
Everybody's gonna say like whatever until they fucking play it, and
It's good.
I'm not
good.
denying that
Like,
it's good. I'm just saying that's probably one of them.
it's one of my
I'm
favorite
denying.
games of 2017. Like period.
There.
Because
That is on my top list.
I went into it pretty fucking blind, and it fucking threw me to the fucking. It literally like threw me against the table, pulled my pants down, and fucked my mind while I was playing it.
So your mind is your...
Wait, why would you
Anus
dance me
in
down?
this-
No,
It's
it
fucking
just
your mind.
felt like pulling my pants down. It was a fucking dominance thing.
Assert your
I don't want to play
dominance.
this game anymore.
Me neither.
Don't worry, it won't fuck your butt.
It'll just fuck your mind.
Yeah.
But it might pull your pants down.
It'll
to assert
freak your
dominance.
mind.
Mind freak.
Detective Pikachu, the bizarre crime-solving Pokemon spin-off for 3DS, is getting a worldwide release with a giant amiibo. The episode game will finally see the second episode launch in Japan in March, and the Western release with both episodes included at the same time.
Yeah, this really isn't a game that I'm interested in too much.
You get to be a Pikachu with a hat.
It's
Man, you can just go into Brady's room and see that too.
It's kind of cool that it's a thing, but like again, this really isn't something that I'm in the target demographic for. Like, cause
But there's puzzles, John, and there's
There-
anime aesthetics, everything Eli loves.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you already know what's in the game. It's already had
And
a
the
Japanese
Pokemans.
release, so I already know that this game is like crazy easy. Because the like age group it's aiming at is like fucking less than 10-year-olds.
Okay. So, there's a charity speedrunning drive, Awesome Game Done Quick 2018, has been a huge success, raising up more than $2.63 million for Prevent Cancer Foundation in 1 week. A late surge in donations helped AGDQ 2018 surpass $22.2 million last year. That's really cool, though. They were doing Mike Touch. This includes the highlights includes Zalarzard 1 playing Mike Tyson's Punch Out and Super Punch Out at the same time on the same controller. That's actually interesting. I think that's really cool that last week we were talking about streamers who do shitty things, but it's nice to know.
Well, it's not the streamers that do the swatting.
No, but I thought we were also maybe we were.
It happens to streamers.
Okay.
They get swatted.
But it's nice.
Bad things in the community.
Yes, it's nice to see good things happening in a community like this.
Well, I mean, there's all kinds of shit like that happens. It's just that we hear more about the bad shit that happens because it's a bigger deal.
Right, and I like to talk about a good thing that is happening because we always have bad news when we talk about video game news for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just life, dude.
It's nice to have like a nice news that's like, oh man,
It's
yeah.
unsettling. I'm not a fan.
House of the Dead, Sega's outstanding campy on-rail shooter, is returning to the arcade after an absence of over a decade with this year's Scarlet Dawn. The cabinet, the glorious large number is heading to Akahibian's Club Sega later this month for a location test. We're currently wanting to hear back whether or not there are plans for a Western release. This is actually
Arcade.
Yeah, is this an arcade cabinet or
Yes,
is
it's
this
an
Yeah.
arcade cabinet.
Because it was like heading back to the arcade, and I was like,
That's
what
super
fucking
in-
arcade.
That is super. To me, that's super interesting though, because like, if you ever played the shitty House of the Dead 2 with really bad dubbing,
Oh, I
that's
like House of the Dead too.
really.
Yeah.
Just
The bad dubbing is what made it better.
Just like
I
the
guess.
Sony dub of already.
You don't play
We're
that
gonna
shit
talk
for
about that.
story and fucking voice acting. You play it because
It's campy as fuck, and I like it. It's a
it's an
real
arcade
shooter.
game.
Yeah. So, before I say this, Peter Molyneux has nothing to do with this next story, so I'm kind of excited. Work is underway on a brand new big budget Fable game.
Rumor.
Rumor.
Rumored to be working on it. Nobody really has confirmed anything as of yet, as far as anybody knows. It's pretty much like 99% probably gonna happen. I disagree. It's not
That it's
Peter.
gonna happen.
No, I mean, it'll probably
99% gonna happen. I disagree.
It'll probably happen.
Having an
but
argument with yourself.
I don't know. It's not being made by Lionhead.
Oh yeah, didn't they go out of business?
Yeah, and Peter Molyneux was a big influencer in Lionhead. I mean, he pretty much like ran the fucking shit.
That's because he was like, this is what our game's gonna be, and then they were like,
Yeah.
fuck, we have to put this in the game now.
Peter Molyneux's big problem is he overhyped shit. He really did.
Or big success.
Yeah. Fuck you, Eli. I really like Fable
No.
2 and Fable 3, so.
Right up until the end, where the
The end of
guy-
Fable 2.
Yeah.
Fable 3 is still great too, though.
Yeah. I liked
Whatever
him.
anybody says.
Fable 3 is okay.
I liked him as a series.
I didn't like Fable 2.
You suck at games, so.
Dude, suck at games. He's got you there.
He does.
Fable 2 is bad.
I don't
Fable
know.
3 is
I
okay.
liked Fable 2. How
I
are you
liked
s-
Fable 2
You saying you
also.
like Fable 3 more than Fable 2?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh my god. That is
Yeah.
cancer. Cancer
I don't know.
incarnate.
I
Get
would
the fuck
probably
outta
say
here.
I liked them evenly because I liked Fable 2's game as a whole more, but that ending frustrates me like no other.
Right.
And then Fable 3, I think, is good. It's just, I don't think it was made as well as 2. I'm really excited that Fable isn't going to die with Lionhead, but at the same time, I'm really nervous because Lionhead has their own way of making games. And I think that's what most of the good parts of Fable has come from. So I feel like we could get a good game, but lacking in a lot of the like charm of the classic
Yeah.
Fables, for sure.
I don't know.
And as much as Peter Molyneux would overhype the shit out of the games, he wouldn't drag the games down in any way. He would just overhype the community, and the community would be stupid enough to be like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be the greatest fucking game ever."
I mean, they do that about every game.
It's exactly
Titanfall,
fucking
No Man's Skies.
It's the lesson to take from all of this
You
shit.
say something?
No, you guys. Oh no! I was just thinking of No Man's
Oh.
Skies.
Titanfall was honestly a great fucking
Yeah, I
game.
don't
It was,
heard
yeah, it
good
was a good
things
game.
about it,
It was
but
a
it
good
died
game.
really
Titanfall
fast.
2 was fucking amazing. Titanfall 1 was a great fucking game that shouldn't have been full price.
See, they just died super fast, and so I'm glad
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, the problem with
join in
Titanfall
on
2
that.
was Titanfall 1. Is like there was like nothing that they could really do to like come back from that. When you already sell half of a game to people for $60.
Destiny?
Destiny 2 is worse, man.
Nah, that's not half a game.
Is
you
it
got
worse
me.
now?
You got me.
Yeah, with fucking Curse of Osiris, they've literally taken out day one material for people that don't buy the expansion packs.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Seems
No,
about
that's
right. I
not-
believe it.
Not fucking a joke.
Wow, that's
Like,
shitty.
I can't do any of the fucking, what are they called now?
Strikes.
Yeah, those things. The fucking like premium strikes.
Yeah, because they did that in the original game.
Yeah, you could play them before, but now you can't unless you have Curse of Osiris. There's one strike that I can do.
That's bullshit.
And they made the level cap 25 if you have the Curse of Osiris, but they made it so that you have to have twice as much XP to level up again after reaching max level, which is how you get bright engrams, which is like their microtransaction system. And so instead of making 80k experience, you only get like 160k. And then they like flat out lied to people about like the fact that once you reach max level, all of the enemies give you less experience.
Wow, that's bullshit.
And like when people were like, "Hey, it seems like I'm taking a really long time," at first they're like, "No, you're still doing just fine,"
Yeah.
which was just like a flat lie.
See, and people think Halo would have been better with Bungie. I don't think so.
I really
Would've
don't
been-
think it's much of
Would have been
Bungie.
worse in a different way.
Because honestly, like if you look at like the people that are working at Bungie, it's like half of the original team. Like most of those guys are off doing other shit now.
I mean, how many of them stayed with 343?
Yeah, but the thing is like most of those guys left because of complications with EA and not EA, Activision. So I think that's where most of the problem lies. But at the same time, it's really fucking not cool. Like, at all. It's pretty fucking gay. Like,
it's shitty that
Max Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, it's shitty.
10 out of 10 Kevin Spaceys.
10 Kevin Spaceys in a room.
Yeah.
So it's
like a really, 10
Kevin
Spaceys
Spaceys
in
in
a
the
really
room.
small room.
With the
in
movie.
the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Is Tommy Wiseau
Actually,
still there?
10 Kevin Spaceys and
that's
Tommy
how bad it
Wiseau.
is.
Oh God, no!
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
You're tearing me apart.
There are all these.
You're tearing me apart, Kevin Spacey.
Okay.
I did not hit her. I did not.
It's
It is
bullshit.
bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not.
Oh,
hi,
hi, Kevin
Mark.
Spacey.
Oh.
But no, like, so Fox Next Games is developing a Aliens game.
From the movie? Or?
Yeah, no, they're just looking at gray aliens and like, you know what? This seems like a good, yes, the movie, Zac, not developing an Aliens game.
As long
I
as
mean,
it
there's
isn't
a
another
sh-
fucking Colonial Marines.
I mean, there's a
Yeah,
shit ton of
I was
alien
gonna
games.
say, which one are they gonna model it after? The recent one or Colonial Marine?
I'm really hoping it's Alien versus Predator because that game was fun.
I liked that game.
Did you really?
Yeah, dude.
The one where you get to choose between an alien, predator, or marine?
Yeah. What
Okay.
the fuck was that?
That was somebody outside
Revving
proving
it.
they have a tiny dick
Yep.
with their shitty, barely modded vehicle.
So, okay, with that in
Probably.
mind, like, you really like the Alien franchise.
Yeah, I do.
Where-
I liked the Predator franchise too, and I liked the Alien vs Predator game. 'Cause
Okay.
it was actually hard playing as the Marine. Because you were up against the aliens and predators.
That's very understandable. That's how it should be.
And playing as the alien was actually really
So
fun
was it-
too.
Was it just like Evolve but with aliens and predators?
No, like well, there were like multiplayer modes, but by the time I actually played the game, the servers were turned off.
Mm.
But each of the three characters has like a storyline that you can play through, and like the Marines is really like pretty much like Colonial Marines on steroids, but it's not that easy to kill aliens.
Oh,
and
it's like
predators
Colonial
and
on Marines on steroids means the aliens die without you even trying.
You
No.
look at them and they all
Yeah.
just fall.
They're just like, oh my god, human!
Like you really don't face the xenomorphs or the predators that often. It's like you face like a downgraded version of the alien all the time, and then like you can fucking mow down
Downgraded
face huggers
version?
all the time.
Like downs or what?
Yeah. Like you can mow down fucking face huggers like none other, but anytime you're playing, I guess I still would say that the human storyline really isn't that great, but like playing as the alien's really fun, and then the predator is like pretty fucking boss too, running around stabbing the shit out of things.
You get the cloaking and shit. Still.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
you
really
can
cool.
sneak up on fucking dudes.
Did you like Predator Concrete Jungle?
I don't think I played it.
That one was interesting. It was a shitty PS2 game, but it was like fun just to like cloak and mow people down. So what do you think? Like this? Do you think that this would be another Isolation?
Yeah, it would be really dumb if they went back and did something like Colonial Marines.
But
Especially-
they are really dumb.
Yeah, true. It's possible that it could be something dumb.
Did you like Isolation?
Yeah, I mean, it was good. I mean, it's not really like some. I liked it for basically what it is. It's not really something that I had that much fun with, because there really isn't a whole lot of shit that you can do. But I mean, it's a horror game first, above anything else. So.
Right.
So yeah, I liked it, but it's not really something that I've gone back and played twice.
But guys, I thought Colonial Marines was a great game.
Well, then you have poor. Well,
No, I
actually,
didn't really.
that makes sense.
I really didn't.
He is
think-
really bad at video games.
I didn't think Colonial Marines was
That is
bad.
probably the pinnacle of his gameplay.
I thought that game was
When
extremely-
I played it, I thought it was okay.
I thought it was boring.
That's kind of why I was like, I mean, it functions as a game,
Yeah.
but there's really not much.
Duke Nukem functions as a game, but
Yeah,
ET functions as a game, and then
Barely.
times it
No,
doesn't.
it doesn't.
no, it
that doesn't function as a game. No.
no.
That's
That
why
always
they're
can
destroyed
move
the
your
game
character.
industry.
That's why they're buried out in the desert.
Yeah.
You can move around, which means you control the character.
Yeah, the core
But there was nothing
mechanics
to
work.
do. That was the problem.
Yeah.
There was nothing in the game. There was no win sequence at all. You just could walk around.
Fall in holes.
That's all
Yeah,
you need.
Raise your head to fucking levitate. That was the game.
That's all you need.
Shut up, Gil.
I mean, we play games on our phone where all you do is flick your finger.
Yeah, but something happens.
A piece of paper goes into
get
a
a cool
bucket.
cinematic.
Yeah, and then they tell you, hey, you won. Here's
Yeah,
some
and then
points.
they tell you caught the fucking Pokemon.
Here's
I was
fucking,
thinking just that paper top
here's
game.
one microtransaction point. Now you only need 10
That's
billion
generous. There's got to be like a 10% chance that you get those.
more. Yeah, true.
So the Assassin's Creed Origins have just released when they're going to release their DLCs. So the first up is The Hidden One, a 10 years later story epilogue to Origins' main campaign, set in the new region of Roman-occupied Sinia. It arrives next Tuesday, January 23rd. Next will be the Discovery Tour, Origins' educational living museum mode, where you don't get to kill things, you just kind of like look around and shit, and just find out what it is.
Are you dressed as the assassin in this museum? Because that'd be pretty weird.
Yeah, I think you.
Probably.
Yeah, I think you are. I think you are.
Museum as an assassin.
I think you are Bayek, just like, oh, this is an eagle. This eagle is native to this land.
More than likely, it'll be like through the Animus kind of thing. So
Yeah.
you're probably not actually going to be the assassin.
You can be what's her face, the chick that you play as.
And
for
finally,
no
The
reason.
Curse of the Pharaoh, which launches March 6th. This expansion is an Egyptian mythology romp featuring undead pharaohs and Egyptian beasts.
Nice.
So, I mean,
But
that's...
do they get hats?
Yes, because
God
they're
damn it,
pharaohs.
Gil.
Yeah, like a giant gold hats.
Okay, Gil,
Yes.
before we end this, what video games did you think were really bad that could really use a hat in a fucking video game?
All of them that don't have a hat.
I
There's
hate
no
you.
logic that's needed there.
I hate
Every-
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, every game has a hat in it.
All right,
Not
so
every
before
game.
we
Find
leave,
me a game that doesn't have a hat.
Doki Doki Literature Club is one of your favorite games of
I will accept
2017.
that.
I guess it'd be one of them, yeah.
What are a couple more that you have?
Breath of the Wild, probably.
Okay.
Horizon Zero Dawn's up there. Not like Max or anything like that. Maybe Persona 5. Yakuza 0 was pretty good.
Technically, those are
Danganronpa
perfect
V3. Nier Automata, I finally got a chance to play some of that. That's pretty fucking dope. I think I'm on ending B right now.
Okay. Max.
Most
I mean,
basketball
I
games.
wasn't,
Oh, okay.
Technically
We're going.
not
No, it's
count.
fine. I got like fucking 50 other
Most
things that I
basketball
played.
games.
What is
Technically
what has
count.
been some of your favorite games from last year?
Do them?
Yeah, the
Um,
coaches have hats.
Probably the only
I'll give
two
you that
games
one.
that I've gotten that came out in the last year were Horizon Zero Dawn and Assassin's Creed Origins. I've played a lot of both of them. Because I really enjoy just that free roam, explore, go kill shit, do whatever you want kind of thing.
Okay, Eli?
So it has to be a game that came out in 2017.
Yes!
I don't know that I played any games.
Okay.
Fractured Butthole, did you play that?
I played Stick of Truth.
Oh yeah, you're
That
right.
was
I
gonna
was
be
saying
on
Fractured
there.
Butthole is on my list of things that I actually really enjoyed. Tekken 7. I guess I'll put Injustice 2 up there just because I kind of like the story in it.
I don't know if Speedrunners came out in 2017, but if it did, that's on there.
I think it was at the end of 2016. I know it was
Fuck.
free on
Close enough.
I know it was free on Xbox
Yeah.
Live in 2017,
But, yeah.
so that's when I played it too. But yeah, it was pretty dope.
What are some games that you were let down about, though, in 2017?
Where we start?
Well, I
where we
mean,
start
Battlefront 2,
Yeah.
Shadow of War.
with? Yeah.
Yeah.
Why were you sad about Shadow? Like, we've had this conversation. Is it just because of the grind and the...
Yeah, I don't think you should have to buy your way to an ending,
Okay.
especially
Yeah.
with a game that was already going to be successful.
Right.
Yeah.
God of War. What?
No hats. God of War.
God of War probably has hats.
None of the
You
main
can almost
characters.
guarantee
sure
there's
I can-
one
yeah,
character
I'm sure
that
I
has
can
a hat
find
in
a
God
hat.
of War.
Not on the
Yeah.
two main characters.
Well, yeah, but I'm
Can you
not
Why are we
see?
talking about God
Can
of
you
War?
see?
I
It
told him to
Patronis
find
doesn't
me a
have-
game that doesn't have a hat
Oh.
in 2017.
That's not even a game in 2017.
There are a bunch of fucking
Well, I
dudes
said
in God of War
recent,
that wear
actually.
hats.
Yeah.
They're all like gods and shit. Of course they're wearing hats.
That's a power symbol.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're fucking wearing like gold wreaths and shit.
And we already talked about, like, Fighter Z is coming, Monster Hunter World, Sea of Thieves. What is, like, a game that you looked at that you might think is a good game, but you think that might fail? Because mine is Anthem.
Yeah, I'm worried about Anthem.
Oh wait, hold up. Halo Wars 2, did that come out in 2017?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2017.
Oh, well then,
It
yeah.
was
That
like in February, I think.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It was way back in February, but yeah.
Yeah, Halo Wars.
I played the shit out of that for
Yeah.
like 3 months.
I'm personally worried about Anthem, in my opinion, because like
Anthem's gonna be successful.
I'm
Whether
worried
the game
about it.
isn't
Is that
great or not.
Bethesda's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
worried
it's
about it
awesome.
not being as hyped as it is, though.
The
Like-
problem is it's being done through EA.
Yeah.
It's gonna be successful no matter what, though.
right.
So, I mean, it's not really something that I'm looking at that's gonna fail. I mean, people are probably gonna fucking buy the shit out of it and then hate it like a month later.
Like Andromeda.
Well, that's
Andromeda
another one
was
that was a
hated like
disappointment.
before it came out.
Yeah.
Although I'd still like to play it.
Yeah, see, Andromeda was on my list of like the games I didn't like.
It still functions as a game though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not a great game.
but it's so cookie cutter.
I guess
Still
I was
play.
pretty disappointed in Mario Odyssey. It's a great fucking game, but it's just crazy short. I can beat it in like 3.5 hours now.
Well, I don't think the point is to beat it though. It's to like
No,
do all the things.
The problem, I mean,
It's kind of a
That's-
collectathon.
yeah, it's a collectathon just like every other Mario game, but there's also a decent amount of beginning game to end game shit in all those other Mario games. Like,
Yeah.
other than like shit that came out in the NES range. Okay, this isn't a 2D Mario. This is a 3D Mario. So you're looking at games like Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Sunshine, and like Super Mario 64. That's like shit that takes... Super Mario 64 still can take me like 5 to 6 hours to complete.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Super Mario Sunshine's easily like a 10 to 15 hour game.
Yeah, but I think they were just trying to bridge the gap between people who, like, if you want to collect all the moons, you can
Yeah.
go right the fuck ahead and do it. But if you want to just beat the game, then it's not going to take that long.
The problem is I just think that bridge is way too short.
At least
Like-
they tried.
Yeah.
Take it to the
Again, it's a really fucking great game. Don't let me fucking sit in here being like it's disappointing. Be like me saying it's a bad game. It's just I think there should be more before it gets all
Yeah.
the praise that it's been getting as of late.
So you don't think it should have won Game of the Year anyways, right?
It didn't.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. But no. I mean,
Cuphead's up there for a game that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I
haven't
didn't
really
even play it. And I
played
like
it
a lot.
as of late.
Bendy and the Inquisition.
Just the animation alone makes me like that game.
Yeah.
You like old timey Steamboat Mickey?
I don't really like
I
Disney.
mean, Mickey's
Disney
not
can
in
go
it anywhere.
fuck
but-
itself.
I
like the theme where it's like all these cute looking characters, but they're actually just after their souls.
Yeah, they're fucking making deals with the devil.
Yeah.
Right.
It weirds me out how, like, when Cuphead comes into a stage, he'll, like, take a drink out of his head.
Yeah. That's also weird.
It's a fucked up game. That's great.
Drinking
Well,
his own
his head is a cup.
Drinking
but
his own head
whatever's
milk.
in there is not his.
How do you know? Where does it come from? What does it do then? Why
Where's
is
it
it
go?
there? Why does he drink it?
Why does he have a cup?
Because it's a liquid.
Yeah, why is he drinking his head
but
milk?
still have a body.
You're
So,
reading too
but
much
you-
into this fucking game.
I only said one of those things.
Yeah, I said like 8.
That's what I'm sorry. You were reading too much into
They
this
looked at
game.
me when you said it.
I like how his brother's name is Mughead though.
Mugman.
Mugman.
Mugga wugga.
I kind of want to play speedrunners now.
I like their like
I
I
want to
like
play Cuphead now.
I like the boss
Bendy and
characters
the
in
Inquisition.
Cuphead too though. I find them to be
Bendy and
extremely
the
interesting.
Some of them are kind of like, but
Game.
But for the
Those
most part,
hats.
yeah.
but I mean those are all the really early ones, so it's
Like
acceptable that they're not
Carrot
that.
radish guy.
The carrot's actually like harder than the fucking spherical blue dude. Can't remember their fucking names, but they have really weird dumb names.
From what I've seen, it's everyone has trouble with a separate boss.
Yeah,
Like there are some that are like reoccurring, but
yeah, like the dragon is fucking ridiculously
yeah,
hard.
that's one that.
But they said that they came out and said like the dragon is supposed to be the hardest one in the fucking game, which is funny because he's like the third or fourth to last boss, something like that.
Isn't the last boss Satan?
Yeah, the devil.
It's just the devil.
I mean that's who you're
trying to get your soul back from the whole time. So
Yeah, I like that plot. Is they're like innocent kids that gambled their souls away, and they're like,
Cuphead gambled their souls away.
Cuphead
The
gambled-
Mugman did nothing wrong.
Right.
He knew the way.
But do you, John?
I do now.
He does now.
And
Yeah.
the way is
Way.
gone. Thank you for listening to Dem Game Boys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good night.
He will show you the way.